So, well, yes, it's been too long. Shouldn't have left you. No, that sounds like every other podcast I do. So, now, right, yes, I don't have got a very short time. Got to get through this very quickly. Might be able to do another one later. We just don't know. But if we talk really fast, we'll get through this very quickly, wouldn't we? And we just wouldn't waffle on. But yes, so what's been going on? Lots going on. Lots. Hence no podcast. Because there's been lots going on. And what has not been going on is a lot of stuff. So we've changed from Mesh Network. That was more exciting than excitingness. So we've now got full lockdown on our Wi-Fi at home in case the small people can't do their homework and need to do YouTube instead. We can lock YouTube down, or we can lock everything down. That's mainly the main principle of dealing with kids. But I remember as a kid, not just watching TV and doing homework, and then having music on and doing homework, and doing something else rather than homework, and being distracted and not doing homework. So I kind of feel bad because I feel like I'm now become my parents. They used to shout at me for not doing my homework, and now I feel like I'm shouting at them for not doing my homework, even though they are doing my homework. Just being distracted to the same level. Well, a bit more distraction. I think is YouTube more distracting than when we used to watch TV? I'm not sure. We didn't play computer games at the same time. They seem to be able to play Minecraft at the same time, which is a bit weird. Anyway, so that's that. So we peaked a couple of episodes ago, by the way, with our 20 subscribers. We're now down to 10 subscribers. Well, no, not 20 listeners. We're down now to 16 listeners, and we currently only had 4 plays on the last play. So that's a bit disappointing. And we've only had 1 listener on YouTube. But the average time listening is 0, which it doesn't bode well, does it? Really, in the great scheme of things, we're not doing as we hoped, even though that's where it goes. So yeah, so got to be quick because I've got to be out in a minute. Take Scubs. Got to pick up a kid from Scubs and take Scout straight up afterwards because it's all lots going on there. So lots of activity, and I've got just so much. Filled in lots of questionnaires about my mental health. That was a bit bizarre. Can you remember anything from your childhood? No, I am 48. I'm middle-aged. I can't remember yesterday. So there's a lot of no, can't remember. No, can't remember. Yes, I used to do that. No, can't remember. A lot of bizarre things trying to remember my childhood, which is something I don't really want to do. I've had some interesting flashbacks, must admit. Some things can't really talk about. Some things I shouldn't really talk about. And some things, yeah. So as that, so that all happened, and then saw the psychiatrist. That was an interesting. Was it interesting? Yes. Yeah, that was interesting. So there've been all these years I've thought I was depressed. Well, no, obviously just English. That's the thing. It reminded me of a story when they told me that I wasn't depressed. And that was, I read years ago that there was an English guy in America, and he'd been treated for depression for years, and they decided that the only thing left to do was either electroshock therapy or just a lobotomy, which is just crazy. This was like yonks ago. And I always remember the story going that the person who was about to perform electric shock therapy noticed that the person had an accent. And the person said, yes, I'm English. No, I'm British. Yes, I'm from Britain. And the American went, oh, you're not depressed then? What are you playing at? Oh, really? Yeah. Apparently we're just all slightly miserable. And that's probably all I am. But apparently, no. I might have some spectrum disorder, and which is not when your cassette tape gets stuck for your computer game, or you've messed up on code line 90. But no, So I'm somewhere on the spectrum and ADHD. So that's quite exciting, isn't it? So lots of forms, filling them in, finding out what's going on, trying to find out where I'm at. So that means I can talk extremely fast. And we're doing quite well. Right, I've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes of book reading. And then I'll try and fit in another podcast. Maybe we should just load the podcasts tonight to see how many I can fit in and just go wild in the aisles, as they used to say on Supermarket Sweep, which is why I remember Supermarket Sweep. If anyone could help me understand what's going on in my brain today. I was really anxious when I woke up this morning, like absolutely bonkersly anxious, and it was just, it hurt. And then depressed throughout the day. I did boxercise, and that kind of mentally brought me out of it. But then I just became disconnected. It was all very, right. Anyway, should we get on? We're on 12%. Should we do a read along? We need to do a read along soon. Because I found out we're on page 57 of 518. 518 pages. Why did I pick this book? But let's face it, they're only short pages. I feel like someone's on the move. No, it's fine. Goodbye, she breezes. Yeah, swirls between us. Thanks for giving me the job, she smiles. I nod once. It's only the job I have for you. Oh, sorry, it's not the only job I have for you. She turns and walks out into the elevator. I slam the door and storm back into my office. I'm not her type. Since when? I hold the remote up to the security television screen and turn my back on it. Get me the 14th floor, I ask the voice controller. Oh, I'll look at you and your voice controller. It flickers, and then a picture comes up with the 14th floor. I watch her as she steps out of the elevator. Follow her. The camera follows her as she walks up the aisles and then to her seat at her desk. Camera above the area, I command. The screen flickers and she comes into view. The office is empty and she takes out her phone and begins to scroll. She crosses her legs and I sit forward as her thighs become visible through the split. I watch her as arousal swirls between my legs. So fucking hot. Okay, first of all, can we talk about CCTV systems? I am unaware of voice-activated CCTV systems that work in that way. So if anyone could tell me actually how CCTV voice control actually works, because I can't imagine it will understand follow her. Unless he's talking to the IT department, to his security team, who are then having to do this, and they're like, okay, this is a bit awkward. My boss wants the perf. So yeah, it's all a bit weird. And I know how Sony CTV follows people down the corridor because it kind of flips and rotates the image. That's a useless bit of information. There's a command that says flip and rotate. So as it goes from left to right, if you walk underneath it, it flips and rotates and follows you. There you go. So that's CCTV talk. We all have a bit of CCTV talk, don't we? She's looking something up. Zoom in, I command. The camera zooms in and I squint as I try to read what she's Googling. Jameson Miles. I sit back and smile. Bingo. She's obviously a Bluey reference there. For all you middle-aged dads. Yeah, so she's looked at Jameson Miles, and then he sat back and gone, bingo, and Bluey plays on the TV, because the voice control is still on. Chapter 4. Emily. What about this one? Aaron smiles. Hot firefighter rescues kitten from a drain. I shrug. I'll do that story for sure. He smirks. Me too. What are you guys doing over the weekend? Molly asks as she works. Nothing, Aaron replies. Hopefully seeing Paul. Me neither, I say. Molly looks up. I thought you were going home to see your boyfriend. I shrug. Well, I'm supposed to, but I've spoken to him for 4 minutes in total in 10 days, and he hasn't called me once. I swivel on my chair as I consider my depressing situation. God, you need to dump him and move on to Ricardo. I roll my eyes. Ricardo works on this floor, and for the last few days he's been loitering around my desk and making idle chit-chat. So he's just like a loitering. Makes it sound like it's been loitering like a slug, just waiting to pounce. He's into you, Molly mutters. He's hanging around your desk like a fly on poo. It's like a fly, but I've added the on poo bit. It sounded better. It's a shame, I smirk as I watch him talk to someone at their desk. He's actually very good looking. Ricardo's Italian. Of course he is, with a name like that. And has the whole tall, dark and handsome thing perfected to a T. Oh, that's nice. Unfortunately, his personality isn't half as pretty as his face. He's either making fun of someone or talking about himself in the third person. Oh, I love a third person talk. Bob wants... No. Unfortunately, his face isn't half as pretty. Oh, that's a shame. But so what she's saying is he's thick or up himself. Yuck, Aaron's eyes widen in the disgust. What would you even talk to him about? You wouldn't talk to him. Oh, phone. Saved by the bell. Right, next podcast coming up in a bit.